Hello, this is meant to be a very short video. If you work with this person, you're working with a rapist. If you work with this person, you're working with someone who's protecting the person who raped Trin and he let it happen in a Richardson police station around the year 1999, Stone Coast, Austin. If you work with this person, you're working with a rapist. If you're working with this person from Clark County, Oklahoma area, you're working with a rapist. If you're working with this person from Clark County, Love County, Oklahoma, you're working with a rapist. If you're working with this person, you're working with a rapist. If you're working with this person, you're working with a rapist. If you're working with this person, you're working with a rapist. If you're working with this person, you're working with a rapist. If you're working with this person, you're working with a rapist. If you're working with this person, you're working with a rapist. Actually, I know he tried to rape Han Wong in a post office shower, and I was told that he raped and harmed Robert Alexander's daughter. He was supposed to be teaching her how to be an engineer at Robert Alexander's house. Robert Alexander wants to see that dirty Delfino in jail. That's what he told. That's what I was told. That's what I was told. If you're working with this person, you're working with a rapist. If you're working with this person, you're working with a rapist. If you're working with this person, he knows, either 9/11 was real or fake. He said it was the Wounded Warriors that was going to pay everybody back for what they did to me and to all of them. And these are the people that were responsible, the ones on my right, the rapists. This person, Robert Alexander, was told he went in to see what was going to happen. He didn't agree to rape Han Wong. Actually, I will restate that the best I can. I was told Robert Alexander wanted to go in as a witness to see what the engineers were going to do. All the engineers had agreed to have sex with a pregnant Chinese woman, a passed out pregnant Chinese woman, and Robert Alexander wanted to be a witness to it. That's what I was told. It was around the year 2009. Han Wong's son was still, inside her belly because she was. It was a wedding shower, it was a baby shower for Han Wong. Now, I didn't know who Han Wong was at the time. I was told a pregnant Chinese lady. I said, no, I'm not going to a baby shower for a pregnant Chinese lady, so I didn't go. Turned out they were all supposed to have sex with her. I didn't know that. I found out later. There's a video where I have 3 stories about that. But I was told Robert Alexander was a witness to that account. If you work with that person, he's a rapist. You work with a rapist. If you work with that person, you're working with a rapist. At least that's what I was told. Jody Cornelison would know because he said they talked his friends, the old person who had, Skip's old Ford Sport Player Side pickup. They talked the son of the new owner how to clean the seats so there would be no evidence. That's what I was told. Jody Cornelison seems to be in on it. He's a highway patrol now, so he knows what happened. And the victim was Kelly Farmer. I've already had that in another video. If you're working with that person, you're working with a rapist. If you're working with this guy, that's Intel security chief. He kind of looks like a robot. He used to be like a big dog at the Austin Police Department. That's how they keep their tabs on me. He controls the police. He's got his friends in the police department. He supports rapists, murderers, liars, and thieves. If you know that this man has faked his death and he's hiding the truth about my daughter being alive, you're working with a murderer, a person who supports rapists, liars, and thieves. That's Harvey Burkhart, former Clark County Sheriff. He's the one who made all this possible by using hypnosis on me, calling himself Kyle Whaley at Yada Networks from the year 2000 to the year 2002. Hey, Harvey Burkhart, did they fake 9/11 or was it real? Because I think it was fake. Dale Earnhardt faked his death. Eddie Van Halen faked his death. Kobe Bryant faked his death. Dimebag Darrell faked his death. Is 9/11 real or is it fake? Because you knew about it before it was going